Hello, my name is Brent from the Elvis Nation.
And I'm Leon Smith. So this week we're going to do another soundtrack, and this time the wonderful Viva Las Vegas. Now, the movie itself is nothing particularly special, with a plot that you could essentially drive a fleet of buses through. But the high quality of the songs provided within the film, coupled with astonishing on-screen chemistry between the movie's co-stars, more than make up for the plotline. The astonishing on-screen chemistry between Elvis and his Viva Las Vegas co-star Ann-Margret has never been replicated in an Elvis movie before or since. And without this chemistry, the movie would likely have been rated no more highly than another average Elvis movie, as it is when the two leads are on screen together that the movie really comes alive. The magic generated between Elvis and Ann-Margret it can best be epitomised by listening to a duet between the pair, which was recorded for the movie but never even made it into the film, You're the Boss, which is filled with electric sexual energy and considerable innuendo, and was lately considered far too risque for a family Elvis vehicle. Unfortunately, that song is not included in this presentation, but next week we'll do a first take to the master on that song, and then we can listen and see how Elvis and Ann-Margret got through the takes to the master. Back to this. So going back to this movie, two further duets were recorded at the soundtrack session: Today, Tomorrow and Forever, and of course the inimitable The Lady Loves Me, with only the latter being included in the movie, although a solo version of Today, Tomorrow and Forever has Elvis's character Lucky Jackson serenade Ann-Margret's character Rusty Martin. In August 2018, RCA and Sony, through their Elvis Collector's label Follow That Dream, released what should have been the undisputed definitive Viva Las Vegas Sessions collection. As per normal for such a release, evident in other similar releases such as Fun in Acapulco and Kid Galahad, an attempt was made to remix and remaster the tracks from scratch. However, many have their doubts about the success of this venture, primarily down to the original process in which MGM made their soundtrack recordings, and also because much of the studio dialogue is also missing. It is from this collection, however, that the audio for the videos that you're just about to watch have been sourced, and the video that goes along with it has been sourced from the Blu-ray version of the movie to give you the best possible picture. Back to you, Brent.
And thank you very much, Leon. I can't wait to dive into this. Now, some of you might have noticed I've reacted to a couple of these songs from this soundtrack before, so a couple of these songs will be re-reactions. However, there's no such thing as too much Elvis, is there? And so what do you say we just sit back, relax, and enjoy this presentation? Viva Las Vegas. We begin with the opening credits sequence.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living a devil may care, and I'm just a devil with love to spare. So Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. How I wish that there were more than 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there's blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel. A fortune won and lost on every deal. All you need is a strong heart and a nerve of steel. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas with your neon flashing and your one-armed bandits crashing. All those hopes down the drain. Viva Las Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. If you see it once, you'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run, I'm gonna have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, if I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a swing in time. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. Let me shoot a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva, Viva Las Vegas.
Okay, well, this is a song I've heard many times throughout my life, and I always thought it kind of had a snappy beat. There was always kind of a liveliness to it. Kind of actually the whimsical feel of it kind of gives a Vegas vibe. I don't know if the writer was really trying to channel it, but it really has something that sounds like the wild nightlife of Vegas. I just couldn't picture any other song serving as the titular track. And also, it's first of all, I'm surprised how pristine the print looks here. I mean, very vibrant for its time period. So it's been well preserved, I guess, or I don't know if the film was remastered or not. And of course, you get the kick out of seeing old Vegas. God, how many of those are not even around anymore? I don't think the Mint is around anymore. I know the Gold Nugget is still there. Is it Gold Nugget or Golden Nugget? But I know Stardust isn't there. Well, there's my answer. The Golden Nugget. Of course, that has a canopy all over there now. I don't know if that iconic cowboy is still there or not. God, but look how the strip was a lot simpler back then. And I thought it was luminous looking back then, and just today it's just so overpowering. But I always like the backing vocal arrangement on this too. And that little breathy moment from Elvis there. I'm sorry, I was just so caught into watching all this. Forgot I was working. That's the magic of Elvis, though, isn't it? Okay, we're going to turn it over to Leon. Sir, the floor is yours.
The title track to Viva Las Vegas has become one of his most well-known songs. Yet the irony is that it was not at the time and never has subsequently been a massive worldwide hit. But somehow it has become one of the most used songs by TV and radio stations throughout the world when they wish to advertise competition prizes, which include a trip to Las Vegas, not to mention the countless other times it is used by many media outlets in other ways. Elvis recorded the iconic tune on the 10th of July 1963 in Studio B of Radio Recorders Hollywood Studios, and the master was chosen from take 7. And curiously, the first take, which had been attempted the previous day's recordings, had a different arrangement from the subsequent 6. The master was then given a bongos intro later in the evening for inclusion in the movie, but the master was released as recorded in the studio.
Okay, thank you very much, Leon. Well, the next track is The Yellow Rose of Texas / The Eyes of Texas. So I don't know if they're incorporating that old standard into a new song. We're going to find out in a second, so let's do it.
Fellow Texans, sons of the glorious Lone Star State. Let us pay tribute to some of the nails names that'll make Texas the most glorious and proud state of the Union. To the memory of noble Sam Houston. The one and only David Crockett. John Wayne.
Oh, the yellow rose of Texas is the only gal I love. Her eyes are even bluer than Texas skies above. Her heart's as big as Texas, and wherever I may go, I'll remember her forever because I love her so. There are so many roses that bloom along the way, but my heart's in Amarillo, and that's where it will stay. The yellow rose of Texas is the only gal I love. Her eyes are even bluer than Texas skies above. Her heart's as big as Texas, and wherever I may go, I'll remember her forever because I love her so. The eyes of Texas are upon you all the live long day. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape them. It's not early in the morning. The eyes of Texas are upon you. Gabriel knows his boy. The eyes of Texas are upon you all the live long day. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape them. Early in the morning, the eyes of Texas are upon
Bring out the girls. Come to think of it, we never had a girl that high, legs incomparable, but we got a gorgeous line of Korean cuties.
You know, he is so lively with his screen presence.
Let us pay tribute to some of the names that'll make Texas the most glorious and proud state of the Union.
I mean,
To the memory of noble Sam Houston.
you can be kind of that teen idol, gorgeous kind of guy kind of thing, and they might want to throw you on celluloid in order to capitalize on that. But you got to have the goods. And he has it. There's just a glow to him. He just was a natural movie star. And I think, you know what, I was thinking earlier, because Leon and I have talked before about how people put down the soundtrack music because it doesn't match up to what they feel his pop song greatness was. And I think this is just a whole genre altogether. It's like, because I was thinking when Madonna did Evita years ago, they didn't sit there and say that song from Evita was not nearly as good as Like a Virgin, and I'm thinking, no, because they knew that was her Broadway thing, or that was her musical. Musicals are a whole different genre than pop songs, and sometimes there's a little crossover, but these were kind of meant to be more like musicals, and I just don't think people really connect that. They, you know, and I think because there was a little layover, you know, Jailhouse Rock and all that, and but yet I think as some of these really kind of gained a theme for each musical, you know, they've patterned the songs around the thematics, and so my conclusion, I just think he had an unfair shake, and a lot of it's just good fun. They're not trying to be Citizen Kane, for God's sakes. And that Korean line would never fly today in a movie. Leon, it's all yours, my friend.
The first songs to be featured within the body of the movie Viva Las Vegas was the medley of Yellow Rose of Texas and The Eyes of Texas, which is one of those MGM musical numbers which historically make no sense in any context except within the movie screenplay. It was recorded by Elvis at Rare Recorders, Studio P in Hollywood on the 11th of July 1963, and the original master take, that was number 9, incredibly lasted for over 3.5 minutes. This was edited by virtue of an early fade to just under 3 minutes, but further edits were then required before its inclusion in the movie.
Okay, thank you very much, Leah. Now, this song I've already reacted to before, so this will be a re-reaction. So I'm going to kind of maybe listen for things I might not have picked up on the first time. So this is Elvis Presley, the inimitable Anne Margaret, The Lady Loves Me. Let's do it.
Hey. She loves me not. She loves me not. She loves me, she loves me, she loves me. The lady loves me, and it shows. In spite of the way she turns up her nose, I'm her ideal, her heart's desire. Under that eye she's burning like fire. She'd like to cuddle up to me. She's playing hard to get. The lady loves me, but she doesn't know it yet.
The gentleman has savoir-faire as much as an elephant or a bear. I'd like to take him for a spin back to the zoo to visit his kin. He's got about as much appeal as a soggy cigarette. The lady loves him, but he doesn't know it yet.
The lady's got a crush on me.
The gentleman's crazy, obviously.
The lady's dying to be kissed.
The gentleman needs a psychiatrist. I'd rather kiss a rattlesnake or play Russian roulette.
The lady loves me, but she doesn't know it yet. She's falling fast, she's on the skids.
Both of his heads are flipping their lids.
Tonight she'll hold me in her arms.
I'd rather be holding hydrogen bombs. Will someone tell this Romeo I'm not his Juliet?
The lady loves me, but she doesn't know it yet. She wants me
like poison ivy,
needs me.
like a hole in the head.
Anyone can see she's got it bad.
He's mad. The gentleman is an egotist.
I'm simply aware I'm hard to resist.
He's one man I could learn to hate.
How's about having dinner at 8?
I'd rather dine with a Frankenstein in a moonlight tete-a-tete.
The lady loves me, but she doesn't know it yet. Oh yes, she loves me.
Dig that shrinking violet.
Oh, she really loves me.
Here's one gal you'll never get.
She loves me.
Would you like to make a bet?
I said the lady loves me.
The gentlemen's all wet.
You know, it's just good schmaltzy fun, not trying to be anything more than what it is. And I think Anne Margaret and Elvis just play off each other really well. All right, Leon, back to you.
The majority of songs that Elvis recorded for movie soundtrack purposes during the 60s were often no better than average, and away from the movie context made little sense as standalone songs. There were, however, a few exceptions, with Can't Help Falling in Love and Return to Sender, but two which are case in point. There are also a few which were very good songs but again only really worked within the plot of the movie, and The Lady Loves Me from Viva Las Vegas is one such example. The Lady Loves Me showcases that chemistry between the co-stars and the song, and is almost in keeping with a typical MGM musical number. In this song, the singers are singing about each other, almost to a third party, and this adds to the song's charm, but makes it almost completely tied to the movie, meaning it only really works if you're watching the movie itself. The song was recorded by Elvis and Anne Margaret in 10 takes on the 11th of July 1963 at Radio Recorders in Hollywood, and underwent a very minor edit before insertion into the movie.
Okay, thank you, Leon. Now, this is, come on, everybody. I've reacted to this before, but I'm going to have fun with it again because I thought it was lively, and I'm going to really try to listen to see if there's something I might have missed the first time around. Let's do it.
Come on, everybody, and snap your fingers now. Come on, everybody, and clap your hands real loud. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. I love my baby. I love my baby. Hey, 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 my baby loves me. Come on, everybody, and whistle this tune right now. Come on, everybody, and stomp your feet real loud. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. I love my baby. I love my baby. Hey, 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 my baby loves me. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the long-hair music like from Beethoven and Bach. I was raised with a guitar in my hand, and I was born to rock. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the left. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the right. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. I love my baby. I love my baby. Hey, 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 my baby loves me. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with the long-hair music like from Beethoven and Bach. But I was raised with a guitar in my hand, and I was born to rock. Hey, come on, everybody, and turn your head to the left. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the right. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. Love my baby. Love my baby. Hey, 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 my baby loves me. 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 I said my baby. I said my baby. Love me. Come on, everybody, and snap your fingers.
First of all, I mean, of course, Elvis with his moves and his voice paints just a very luminous picture and delivers a resounding good time for your ears. Okay, so that's kind of a given, right? But what stands out also is the percussion. There's just a lot of great little percussion bits there. The way it breaks up. I mean, I just love that. I mean, that just works perfectly with the film, the way it coordinates with it. Not only that, but Anne Margaret's movements. I mean, I can't... You gotta be dead not to just be enthralled with that.
I was born to rock. Come on, everybody, and turn your head to the left.
Like that.
Everybody, and turn your head to the right. Come on, everybody, take a real deep breath and repeat after me. I love my baby.
I mean,
Hey, hey,
how many years ago is this? And yet Anne Margaret's electricity can still be felt emanating from the screen. And of course, Elvis, there's always movement, there's always fluidity. It doesn't matter if the plot is silly or anything, it's cool to really watch. Oh, that move she just did there. And you know what I thought I had? You know how like Rock Hudson and Doris Day did songs or a few movies together? They should have paired him with her with other things. And loved it how it transitioned to that sound at the end, how it slowed down. Loved it. I really like it. Just all around good fun. Leon, it's all yours.
The second song in the movie which sees the film's two lead stars on screen together is Come On Everybody, which gives Anne Margaret a good excuse to show off her dancing prowess while Elvis performs the song. The song is quite a lively number and has an endearing element of Simon Says, in which it does appear that the two stars are having a ball. Elvis recorded two masters of the song at radio recorders, with the first, the RCA master, recorded on the 9th of July 1963 and the movie version the following day. The record master was achieved by the 5th take, but only the second complete take. But the movie master was a composite of take 7 with a blues coda ending added. The movie and the record master versions can be identified by subtle differences. For example, in the movie version, the end of the line, "I was raised with a guitar in my hand," is sung at double time, and some alternate phrasing throughout the song. After Elvis's recording was completed, several overdubs were added at the MGM soundstage on the 13th of August 1963, with hand claps and finger snaps first to be added, before the aforementioned blues ending was recorded and spliced onto the end of the movie master.
Okay, thank you very much, Leon. We're going to now move on to Today, Tomorrow, and Forever. Let's do it.
I give you my heart today, tomorrow, and forever. You'll always be my love. I give you my heart today, tomorrow, and forever. You'll always be my love. You'll always be my
Okay, this melody, except for a couple notes, is just like a classical piece, but I can't remember the title. Piece of classical music. But I don't remember what it's called. Maybe, are you guys picking that up? Any classical musical fans out there? Except when he says forever, it takes it in a different direction. But other than that, and then why would you go through all the problem of creating a beautiful song and make it so short? I mean, was there a longer version and this was just like an excerpt? Another one, please chime in and let me know, because I just thought this was beautiful.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
Just beautiful. Leon, it's all yours, my friend.
Today, Tomorrow and Forever was originally envisaged as a duet between the two lead actors of the movie. Elvis and Anne-Margaret recorded the song together on the 11th of July 1963 with a view to including the duet into the movie. After Elvis recorded the RCA master and record version later that same morning at Radio Recorders, as a solo recording, the duet idea was dropped. For inclusion in the movie, Elvis's vocals were removed from the master before Elvis then re-recorded his vocals on the 8th of August 1963, and the final version was then further edited for its inclusion in the movie.
Thank you very much, Len. We're now going to step into another song that I had reacted to. This is Elvis Presley, George McFadden, The Climb, What I'd Say. Let's do it.
Cheek to cheek. Toes to toe.
That bass.
Here's a dance you can do on a dime. Please to me. Nose to nose. Hardly move. And you're doing the to side, hardly move, and you're doing the squatty waddy. Hardly move, and you're doing the squat. Hardly move, and you're doing the
voice just got me this as much this time around.
Hey mama, don't you treat me wrong. Come and love your daddy all night long. All right. Hey, hey. All right. See the girl with the diamond ring. She knows how to shake that thing. All right. Hey, hey. All right now. So good, make me feel so good right now. Make me feel so good, make me feel so good. She can do the dog all night long, all right. What I say? Tell me what I say. It's all right. Well, it's all right right now. Baby, it's all right. Baby, it's all right right now. Shake that thing right now.
know what? It's funny because when you think of the elephant in the room, back then, you know, when they had like Pat Boone and others record some remakes of great soul-scorching beauty, it was totally whitewashed, just totally homogenized and stripped of any personality. Except Elvis. I think it's what they call that blue-eyed soul, because usually when I would hear like those white people back then try to cover songs made popular by African American musical pioneers, I would sometimes cringe because it was like that. Yet with Elvis, I don't get that feeling, because I think he delivers because he puts everything he has into it, and he has that natural soul. And so when Elvis takes on Ray Charles, I never for one second detect musical blasphemy. And that's why I think Elvis in a weird way was an ambassador, because he could convey so much of that R&B sound to us that would even make us get into the singers that once inspired him. You know, because like R&B stems from gospel and elements of country, blues, jazz, and all of that just kind of seeping into an amazing musical bouillabaisse, you know. Watching Anne Margaret move, that doesn't get boring, not in any person's league. I mean, look at just the way she looked on him too. She had such moxie, such confidence. Like that, the way she just looked at him there. Ooh, that's the flavor, baby. Leon, it's all yours, my friend.
An unforgettable sequence within the 1963 movie is a nightclub scene where Elvis and Aunt Margaret's characters Lucky Jackson and Rusty Wells dance First to the Climb, sung superbly by George McFadden, before Lucky performs a raunchy version of Ray Charles' What I Say, while the rest of the clubbers and Rusty partake in the responses. The Climb was recorded on the second day of recordings for the movie, on the 10th of July 1963 in Studio B of Radio Recorders in Hollywood, and was recorded immediately after Elvis had recorded the movie's title track. Lead vocals were sung by George McFadden with backing by the Jordanaires and Elvis himself, with take 3 initially chosen as a master recording, and the final take, number 9, chosen for insertion into the movie. Take 9 then underwent some editing, reducing its running time from 2 minutes 53 to the 1 minute 38 we see and hear in the movie. As far as What I Say is concerned, it too was recorded in Studio B, but almost 3 weeks later, on the 30th of July, and this was completed in 4 takes, with the 4th as the master, and some edits were made before insertion into the movie. Unlike the previous recordings, the Jordanaires were not present on this day, with backing vocals provided by the Jubilee Four and the Carol Lombard Quartet. But the recording of this track is most notable for the participation of Billy Strange and country music legend Glen Campbell on guitars.
Okay, thank you very much, Leon. We're now going to move into the next number. This is Santa Lucia / If You Think I Don't Need You. Let's do it.
Music for you.
Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful.
Now I feel at home again. I can almost believe we are in my villa, outside of Naples. lies up in the hills.
Take a hint, my friend.
The air is so soft. It warms a man's blood.
It's air conditioned here.
Flowers trample over the wall.
Oh,
Everything's in bloom.
well, you mustn't judge all America by Las Vegas because, see, Las Vegas is in the desert and it's in the summertime now and it's very...
If you think I don't need you, take a look at my eyes. Maybe these ain't raindrops falling out of the sky. Since you've been gone, I've been so alone. If you think I don't need you, then baby you're wrong. If you think I don't love you, what could I do to prove to you, baby, my love is true? I sing the same old song since you've been gone. Since you've been gone, I've been so alone. If you think I don't need you, well, baby, you're wrong. Maybe these ain't raindrops falling out of the sky. Since you've been gone, I've been so alone.
Okay, very lively, very short.
Then baby, you're wrong.
It's almost like too short for me to really get a feel for it, you know? All right, I turn the floor over to Mr. Leon Smith of the Ultimate Elvis channel by Leon. It's all yours, my friend.
One of two scenes within the movie which contain more than one song is in this instance Santa Lucia and an abbreviated version of If You Think I Don't Need You.
It's air conditioned.
With its lyrics completely in Italian, Santa Lucia was recorded in two parts. Firstly, the backing track was laid down on the 10th of July 1963 at Raiders Recorders, with Elvis adding his vocal in the same studio 4 weeks later on the 8th of August. Two separate versions were recorded by Elvis. Firstly, the record version for RCA was completed, with take 4 chosen as the RCA master. But for the movie, the 6th and final take was chosen before overdubs and edits were added. If You Think I Don't Need You was the third of 4 songs recorded on the 9th of July 1963, the very first day of soundtrack recordings for the movie. And take 13, the final take, would become the RCA master. For inclusion in the movie, the song was edited down from 2 minutes to just 40 seconds. So therefore, if you want to get the full experience of I Think I Don't Need You, then I highly recommend that you go and listen to the RCA master.
Okay, thank you very much, Leon. We're now going to move on to the next track, Appreciation. Let's do it.
Mother brought me up as a good little girl, and Mother was always right. She said, respect your elders as you should, little girl. It pays to be polite. Remember, it pays to be polite. Once I met a nice old man upon the village green. I helped him cross the street into his limousine. Next day he sent the biggest brooch I've ever seen to show his appreciation. Now wasn't that sweet? Well, strange how my fortune seems to grow and grow. Yeah, Mother, dear Mother was right. Daughter, there's no telling just how far you can go just by being polite, right? Look up there on the ledge. A man on the very edge. A big tycoon in Wall Street. He said he wasn't hunk. I told him if he didn't jump, he could take me to dinner at 8 o'clock. Well, he didn't jump. The market went up and he gave me half a stock to show his appreciation. Offer little on me. What is
is AT&T.
That's my story, the end of my song. Just made for life, and you will never go wrong. To love your fellow man, and you'll always get along when it comes to appreciation.
I'm telling you what,
Mother was always,
I didn't like this.
she said,
I loved it.
respect your elders as you should, little girl.
I mean,
It pays to be polite.
see, now this felt really real. It was a fleshed out number. And I just don't know who did the music editing on this film. I would have preferred like all the Elvis songs were whole numbers.
Met a nice old man upon the village green.
I could see where they could have really made this like a complete fleshed out film.
The biggest brooch I've ever
And
seen.
this is an example of one of them, those songs.
Now, wasn't that
And
sweet?
boy, does she just have that screen presence. Wonder what people sitting in the audience thinking at the time when this came out. See, I didn't realize she had such a vocal range either. I loved it. I wish, I wish all those songs that felt truncated had that full feeling. You know what I mean?
A man on the very edge, a big tycoon in Wall Street. He said
Great.
he wasn't hungry. I told him if he didn't jump, he could take me to dinner at 8 o'clock. Well, he didn't jump. The
Leon,
boys went up and he
it's
gave
all
me
yours,
a
my
hot
friend.
stop.
The talent show section contained within the movie was the perfect opportunity to showcase the talents of both the movie's lead actors, with Elvis singing the title track and Anne Margaret showing her dancing talents while singing Appreciation. Appreciation was the first of two solo numbers by Anne Margaret within the movie, together with My Rival. This in part led to many, including Colonel Tom Parker, to believe that director George Sidney had an unhealthy obsession with the female lead. It was recorded by Anne Margaret on the MGM soundstage in Hollywood on the 28th of August 1963.
Okay, looking at the next title, I'm just realizing, God, I've already reacted to a lot of this already. But you know what? It really comes together when Leon comes in to give a commentary and we put all the songs together in one complete presentation. So here we go. Viva Las Vegas.
Jackson.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready to burn, so get those stakes up higher. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there. They're all living the devil may care, and I am just a devil with love to spare. So Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. How I wish that there were more than 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there's blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel, a fortune won and lost on every deal. All you need is a strong heart and a nerve of steel. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas with your neon flashing and your one-armed bandits crashing, all those hopes down the drain. Viva Las Vegas, turning day into nighttime, turning night into daytime. If you see it once, you'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run, I'm gonna have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, if I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a swing in time. I'm gonna give it everything I've got. Lady luck, please let the dice stay hot. Let me shoot a 7 with every shot. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva, Viva Las Vegas.
You know, I must have made this argument 10 million times, is that Elvis is one of the few singers that could have lived in a world without sound. Just by his expressiveness, his moves, there is such an electrical current that travels with him. And it just... Okay, I'll do the test again. I'm going to turn it down. And you know what? How many singers can you say could have been a silent film actor? Think about that. Go back to the 20s, put Elvis in a picture alongside Buster Keaton, Adolph Menjou, any one of those silent greats. Elvis could have done it. And that just, you have to have that stage presence. You have to just kind of exude that passion. And you just got to kind of have that little extra something that I just don't think you can acquire. I mean, just look at that. I mean, he's electricity in the form of a human being, and that never ceases to amaze me.
You'll never be the same again. I'm gonna keep on the run. I'm gonna
I mean,
have me some fun. If it costs me my very last dime, if I wind up broke, well, I'll always remember that I had a swing in time.
It's just amazing. I'm just captivated. And I can only imagine what that would be like on the big screen. A privilege that was never bestowed to me. I wasn't around back then. And God, I wish they would just have like a re-release film festival. Because that's the way I think it's meant to be seen, with the acoustic in a theater. The acoustics in a theater setting. All right. Back to you, Leon.
Having played over the opening credits, this was the second time that the title song was heard in the movie. Unlike the first version, however, we get to see the star of the movie on the screen. There is an added dimension, however. Within the plot of the movie, this takes place within the talent contest, and with Anne Margaret's entry having caused a sensation in the audience, Elvis's character had to raise the bar. Elvis recorded the song on the 10th of July 1963 in Studio B of Radio Recorders Hollywood Studios, and the master was chosen from take 7.
Okay. Thank you, Leon. We're now going to move on to the penultimate track, I Need Somebody to Lean On. Let's do it.
I need somebody to lean on. I need somebody to tell my troubles to. No use denying, I'm close to crying. But what good? Tell me what good would my crying do? I need somebody to help me forget all those worries on my mind. And when I'm lonely, if someone would only wanna be sweet and kind. I need somebody, want that somebody. Please, please listen to my plea. Need that somebody, want that somebody. Come running to me. I need somebody to lean on. I'm tired of being unhappy and so blue. If she came, I would hold her, 'cause I need that shoulder to lean on. Yes, I really do. I need somebody, and baby, that somebody is you.
You know what? I think if he engaged in a hybrid phase during his 60s where he went back and forth between doing movies and Broadway musicals, I think it would have been just something just beyond majestic. Because I just could picture him, you know, when he does these little vulnerable ballads that really exposes his feelings and he delivers so well. He could have really just stopped the show with every song if he were on Broadway. Like, take half of the movies he made and instead just do half of the amount of movies, but make them really good. Spend the other half of the 60s on Broadway. Could you imagine? We would have still gotten that live aspect of Elvis in a whole different setting. I mean, that's where my mind goes. What a smooth song. Just, I love this, man. This is just giving me chills down my spine. You know, not only could he have been a great R&B person, great gospel thing, he could have been an amazing crooner. He up there with the best of them, Sinatra and Nat King Cole and all that. And here's the funny thing, though. Sinatra and all them, they can't do all those other things Elvis could do, but Elvis could do what they do. That's what's amazing, man. Leon, it's all yours, my friend.
There is little doubt that the musical soundtrack to the movie is filled with more than a few excellent songs. But with the upbeat songs and all that accompanies the well-discussed chemistry between the movie's two stars, one song is often overlooked. It is a pity that such a fate should befall I Need Somebody to Lean On, because the song contains one of Elvis's finest vocal performances, singing it in that understated, almost whispering style, akin to Anything That's Part of You. The RCA Master version is a better listen because it does not contain the saxophone, which always buries the song under a cacophony of unnecessary images of smoke-filled Las Vegas lounge bars, which was obviously an attempt to tap into the Las Vegas lounge style of the mid-60s, and it's fortunate that that version is only on the movie soundtrack itself. However, the master recording, free of this, allows the protagonist to share his pain and evoke the sympathy of the listener, even without the superbly shot movie scene, which firstly has the song used for contemplation and then thinking out loud. The song was recorded by Elvis on the 10th of July 1963 at Radio Recorder Studio B in Hollywood, and it was 20 takes before a suitable master was achieved.
Okay, thank you so much, Leon. We're now going to dive into the final selection, My Rival.
Does he love me most or love my rival? Does he love my rival more than me? When the weekend comes, he's with my rival. Yes, he's with my rival constantly. And all through the week, my competition gets the praise. That style, that pep, that body line. There was a time when he praised mine. He's not fooling me, he's with my rival. And I know right where they are. He's carrying things too far. My rival is a baby blue racing car. I could be the senorita or a lady of fame, a gold digger with a crazy figure, beat her at her own game. I'll make you a bed, I'd make him forget. A hostess on a jet, a sexy brunette, a model from Paris, a wealthy heiress, a chick who's a gasser, a graduate of Vassar, a socialite who's out all night, a famous movie star, a debutante or Charlie's aunt, a golfer who shoots par. Can't compare the female gender with a spare or with a fender. Rev it up and listen to it roar while I watch the clock and walk the floor. He's not fooling me, he's with my rival. And I know right where they are. He's carrying things too far. My rival is a baby blue racing car.
Okay, first of all, I think she just has that spunk, has that attitude. I mean, I've seen Bye Bye Birdie, you know, so I kind of already have been exposed to her talent, and but just how engaging she was. Well, I mean, she's still alive, but I'm talking about during her prime, and you know what's interesting about this soundtrack, though, is I think there are amazing moments, okay? Moments that are just an ultimate thrill ride musically, a pleasure to the ears, soothing to the soul. Yet it feels like it's uneven as a whole. I don't know. It's like there were times it feels like it doesn't know what direction it wants to go in. Do we want to do like Elvis rockers? Do we want to do Anne Margaret musical? Or would they have kind of been better off if they did the whole thing just as a musical, like with this kind of jazzy, kind of Broadway-ish kind of sound, and have Elvis's songs instead of be like Elvis normal rock and roll songs, like kind of give it that treatment with that Elvis bounce, of course. I think maybe I would have taken it in a whole different direction. I would have had more consistency, because I do get the feeling that they didn't really know totally what they were going for or something. Like, they could have had that feel to every single song. That's just what I would have done with it. But still, some brilliant, brilliant moments. Just really good fun, you know? Leon, it's all yours.
So we finish off this presentation not with a song by Elvis, but by the final and second of two Anne Margaret solo performances contained within the movie. My rival, instead of referring to an alternate love interest, is in fact a reference to the main character's obsession with a racing car. It's a fun little number, but again falls into that category typical of many MGM musicals, which only makes sense within the body of the movie. It was recorded by Anne Margaret on the 28th of August 1963 on the MGM soundstage in Hollywood. See you next time.
I want to thank Leon for all of his work. What an amazing experience it has been collaborating with him, and I hope you enjoy the work we do as much as we do performing that work. And thank you so much, everybody, for all the kind words of support. Please check out Leon's channel if you haven't already. I mean, there's just so much binge-worthy greatness going on there. And most importantly, get your piece of the peace, TCB, my friends.